Hi, Leslie and Paula. Thank you so much for trusting me with your color match. I hope it looks perfect. If it doesn't, let me know. We will fix it in a second. You will have a new one out to you like that. Okay, so this is my palette. I think yours is maybe a little bit smaller, but these are the awesome options. I'm going to do both of your videos at once because you have similar colors, just a few different. So these were the two brushes that I didn't clean that I told you about. Okay, this is the detailed. I love this brush. It's got the tiny end, so I do all my inner eye stuff with that end. I also contour my lips with it, and I can do eyeshadow with it as well, with the cream, not with the powder eyeshadows. And then this side is a thinner side, and I like to do my contour with it, and then also it works really well just to get a lot of surface area at once. That's the detail. This is the 3D, so this one's amazing for contour, but works for everything. I can do blush and everything. And this one is amazing for blush because it's got the blush side. Okay, so they're both like really good at separate things, but they work for everything. So we've got this pointed side, which gives you a nice amount of coverage. You can go in the inner eye there too. It's a little bit thicker, but no problem. And then I do my contour with the point. You can contour your lips. You just gotta kind of point it a little bit so that you don't have a really thick edge. Contour on the forehead, all that. And then this is just beautiful for blush. So you just like dab it on and it's gonna go on so beautifully. You hardly need to blend. Where this guy, you're gonna have to blend a little bit more with the blush. That's the only difference. But they're both amazing. They're thick enough and they're really dense so that they don't pick up too much makeup and they don't get gummy. So my old brushes used to get really gummy and gross, and it used to waste all my makeup because it just picked up way too much. It didn't like push it into my pores properly. So you will know right away if you love your brushes or if you don't. You might as well try it though. Okay, so Leslie and Paula, you both have amber. You both have ash. This is actually ash. It's so gorgeous. And then Leslie, you have aura. And Paula, you have linen. That's the only difference. And the lip and cheeks. So I'm just gonna do both of yours at one time. I hope that's okay. So I'm gonna use the detail, I think. I'll use both. I'll use the detail to start. So you're gonna go into ash. Ash is the dark one, it's the brown, okay? And whatever brush you're using, so I'm gonna try to help you with the brushes that you may have. You wanna go on the edge. So you just wanna get the edge of that brush with your contour. And it's gonna take some learning, but with contour, like with the cream, you don't use as much as you maybe did with your other makeup, but that's okay, it'll come. So we go from the top of the ear towards this area, the bottom of the nose or the mouth. Okay, so you can either dot it or you can do a line. You wanna stop about at the pupil. So as you can see, it really just makes my cheekbone look really big and lifted. So that's the goal, but let's give ourselves a $20 facelift. So we are just going to go back and forth and blend a little bit. My kids are downstairs, so I'm just going to, it's very quiet. Never a good thing. I'm sorry if I have to run. Okay, so we're just gonna go back and forth and just blend it a little bit. Let's do the same to the other side. We'll do most of the blending later. So just a line. You can't screw up. You cannot screw up. Just give it a try. If you have droopy cheeks, you know that you went a little bit too low and just pick it up next time. Okay, contour, we're gonna go into ash. This time we're gonna dab the whole brush in. We're gonna go from the part of your hair to the top of your ear. Just do a line. I'll grab more so you can see it better. So just do a line like that. And now we're gonna move it. So you're just gonna pull it back to your hairline. Because if you put your hair up or if the wind blows, you don't wanna look like you have a mask. So you're gonna pull it around. Once it is thin enough and it sits into your pores, this stuff will not move. I can even go swimming and I come up and my husband's like, your makeup is still there. It's because it's got beeswax and paraffin wax in it. So the water just like goes through it, the sweat. Okay, lastly, you're gonna dab just a tiny little bit down from the ear and just on the jawline there. So you can actually create the jawline that you want. So if you wanted a sharper jawline or a thinner jawline, you're just gonna go on top of the jowl there. If you like your jawline, just go underneath. You do want to frame your face. We want to make a 3D face. Back in the day when we used to use one color, it just made us look like a piece of paper. And what we're trying to do is like bring all the depth and yeah, make your face look 3D again. That's it for the contour. Next, you both have amber. I'm using the same thick side because none of the makeup is held on that brush. So we're gonna dab into amber. We're gonna go down our nose so you can see that makeup, right? You never wanna see it, that means you have too much. So I'm gonna drag it down my nose without dipping back in. Do your whole entire nose. Drag this over the forehead. If you have large pores, you're gonna wanna go back and forth a few times to fill those pores. And it is like magic, they will be gone. Whatever's left, put on your eye. If you feel like you need more, go ahead and grab more. It depends on what kind of a coverage you like. And then there's nothing left on my brush, so we're just gonna go over top of the contour and that line. Blend it together. Okay, go back into amber. Amber is the darker of the two. Okay, so it's the one that's gonna melt into your skin. It's gonna look just like your skin tone. So it's the darker of the two lighter. And now let's go underneath the contour here. Let's see, I have kind of a little blemish there. And because there's a little bit of yellow in our makeup, it combats red. So it's the opposite color of red, so it's gone. Like all your rosacea is gone. Yet if you have freckles, they will show through perfectly. It's pretty wild. Under both contours, under the lip, my kids are coming up, I'm gonna warn you. Over the lip. That's all for amber. Okay, next. You have Cindy and Hollywood. I'm going to do Cindy with this guy. So Leslie, you have Cindy. This is Cindy. It's a little bit of a semi-gloss, which means you're gonna get this really pretty shimmer, kind of like an illuminator. So you're just gonna dab. These are both really easy to use. You can't really use too much. I like to lay it just above the contour. So if you've noticed, we haven't double layered anything. Everything goes on in its own spot, and it all has coverage. So if you had rosacea here, this will most likely cover that rosacea. If it doesn't fully cover it, then you'll put amber underneath, but that's the only time you're gonna double up. Okay, so like I said, with this brush, you gotta do a little bit of blending. So I'm gonna wipe it off. Sometimes I use my hand. It is just like lotion. It's gonna make your skin and your face feel so good. It's actually gonna improve your complexion, so just rub it in. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull the lip and cheek down, and I'm gonna lift the contour up. So remember, we don't wanna drag those cheeks down. And then we'll just pull back until you like the color. So you're just gonna brush over top. It's a double-ended, so just go and clean up the edges, and we're not quite done either, so there you go. It looks like a really natural drop and it just really lifts up your cheekbones. So I like to keep that blush 2 fingers away from my nose and at least a finger away from my eye so that we can brighten this with our brightening highlight. Okay. Cindy on the lips is very pretty. That's just like a staining color. You can add more to get more color out of it. Next slide. Paula, you have Hollywood, my favorite color. I'm going to use the 3D brush in case you have a blush brush. Okay, so this is Hollywood right in the center here. I'm just going to dab Hollywood. Same thing. I'm just going to put it on top. Hollywood is just so natural and so pretty. You can use more. You definitely can use more. But this is going to give you that look where people won't really be sure that you're wearing makeup. They'll just think that you have perfect complexion. So if you want to look like you're wearing blush, you might have to go with a darker one. Pull the contour up, pull the blush down, pull back. So this one is way faster for the blush, but they all work so amazing. Okay, Hollywood on our lips. It's a really natural pink. It's gonna look different on your lips because you have a different undertone on your lips. Lastly, I'm going to go back to this brush, so the detail brush with the little side. So remember we have that other color there, that light one. We still have this under eye that we haven't touched. That's where this is gonna go, okay? So we're gonna take one dab. So Paula, yours is Linen, and Leslie, yours is Aura. With that, you're just gonna put it right there. And now you're just gonna drag it down the nose, you're gonna drag it under the eye, and then you're gonna fan it out. So under the eye, down the nose, fan it out. So you wanna make sure you've got, oh my gosh, it shocks me every time. It's just so bright. Okay, so now where we crossed over here, just go and blend. Just flip your brush over and blend. It just lifts your whole face up. There are so many fun things that we can do. You both have pearl. Let's do that before I start talking more. You can use your brush or your finger. Mine's almost gone, so I'm gonna use my finger. This is pearl. It's just a really natural looking glow. So I put it right on the top of my cheekbone, and it just adds that glow. So no one will say like, oh, what is that shimmer on your cheeks? It honestly just looks like you are glowing from within. You can use your brush if you want to. You can use your pearl in your inner eye, under your eyebrow, on the Cupid's bow, anywhere. Okay, longest video ever. I'm gonna show you the quickest extra contouring, just because if you want to know more, like how to do it a little bit slower, you can check out my page, Simple Beauty, and I break these down really fast. So with the detail, I'm gonna dab into that same contour you have, and I'm just gonna do a line on my nose, a line on my nose, blend it, flip it over. We're gonna dab our contour, contour our lips. So I'm just gonna contour one lip, one half, just so you can see the difference. Like this stuff, you can use it in so many different ways. So look at how big that side of my lip looks. I'm not gonna do the other side. And then you can dab into your brightening highlights, so Aura or Linen, go down the center of your nose, blend it, and now it looks like you have a nose now. It's not just flat. Lastly, I'm gonna use my line brush. Same thing, go into that contour and just fill in your eyebrows. You might wanna go slower. I'm just trying to cruise through this so that you don't have to watch this all day. Okay, if your color is off, or if you are seeing the makeup, or if you're having trouble with anything, let me know, please. I'm here to help. If your color's off, I will be sending you out a better color that day, because I want you to love this makeup as much as I do and as much as Colette does. But have fun with it and play around with your contour, and then you can check out all my videos as well, because I break down everything and I'll show you different ways to contour and all that jazz without making this video a 45-minute long video. Have a really great day, and thank you so much for your order.